Victor's hands were steady on the wheel. They were always steady. That was the first thing Don Romano ever noticed about him, 7 years ago, in a rainstorm outside a warehouse that no longer existed. Tonight they weren't steady. Don Romano sat in the back seat, eyes half closed, appearing to doze the way he sometimes did after long meetings. He wasn't asleep. He was watching the mirror. Watching Victor's fingers tap once, twice, against the wheel at a red light, a rhythm Victor never used. A rhythm someone else might recognize as a signal. "Take the long way," Don Romano said, voice flat. Victor's eyes flicked to the mirror. "Sir, the bridge is faster tonight," I said the long way. The car turned left instead of right. Victor said nothing more, but his jaw tightened, just slightly, just enough for a man who'd spent 30 years reading faces to notice. 2 nights earlier, Sophia had mentioned something in passing, the way wives mention things that later turn out to matter most. A man had come to the back door asking for directions, she said, and Victor had stepped outside to talk to him for longer than directions should take. Don Romano hadn't said anything then. He'd only filed it away, the way he filed everything away. Tonight, he tested it. He had told only Victor about a shipment arriving at the old fish market at midnight. Not Lucas, not Maria, not even Sophia. Only Victor. At 11:40, 3 blocks from the fish market, headlights bloomed in the side mirror, a car that had not been there a minute ago, now matching their speed exactly. "Victor. I see them, sir. Do you?" Something in his tone made Victor's shoulders stiffen. The car behind them slowed, then peeled off into a side street. Too smooth. Too practiced. The kind of maneuver made by someone who already knew where they were headed and didn't need to follow closely. Don Romano leaned forward, close enough that his voice dropped to almost nothing. "Who did you tell about tonight?" "No one, sir. I swear it. I never mentioned the shipment to anyone else." Silence. The kind of silence that fills a car like water fills a sinking boat. "There was a man," Victor said finally, each word dragged out of him. 2 months ago. He said he only wanted information. Small things. Schedules. Nothing that would hurt the family, I thought, you thought. They have my sister, sir. She disappeared 8 months ago. 2 weeks after she vanished, a man came to me with photos of her, alive, and told me what I had to do to keep her that way. Don Romano said nothing for a long moment. Rain began to tap against the windshield, soft at first, then harder. "You should have come to me. I was afraid you'd kill her yourself, just to close the leak." The words hung there, ugly and honest. Don Romano had built a reputation on exactly that kind of ruthlessness, and he couldn't deny that 7 years ago, that might have been true. "Pull over," he said. Victor's hands trembled now as he steered the car to the curb. He didn't reach for a weapon. He didn't try to run. He simply sat there, waiting for whatever came next, the way a man waits when he has already accepted the worst. "Give me the name," Don Romano said. "The man who has your sister." "You're not going to." I asked for a name, Victor. "Not a guess about what I'm going to do." Victor gave it. A name Don Romano recognized instantly, a small-time broker who sold information to whoever paid the most, a man with no loyalty and less courage. "Tomorrow morning," Don Romano said, "you'll get a message telling you where to meet him. You'll go. You'll wear a wire. And you will not tell him a single true thing about this family ever again." "And my sister?" "If she's still alive by the time we find him, she comes home. If you had told me 2 months ago, this would already be over." Victor's breath caught, something between relief and disbelief. "You're not going to kill me." "I should." Don Romano's eyes were hard, unreadable in the dark car. "A man who lets his family's secrets walk out the door doesn't deserve to keep driving for me." "Then why? Because you didn't sell us out for money. You did it for blood." He turned to look out at the rain-streaked window. "I understand blood better than I understand most things." They sat there for a while, the rain filling the silence neither of them knew how. to fill with words. Finally, Don Romano spoke again. Quieter now. From tonight, you report everything to me. Every contact, every threat, every photo they send you. If you hide one more thing, I won't ask a second time. Yes, sir. The car pulled back onto the road, no longer heading toward the fish market. The shipment could wait. Somewhere across the city, a broker who thought he held all the leverage in the world was about to learn otherwise, and a woman who had been missing for 8 months might finally have a chance to come home. At the house, Sophia was waiting up, a habit she'd never broken no matter how late he came in. She took one look at his face and knew something had shifted. What happened? I found out who the spy was. And? Don Romano loosened his tie, sitting down heavily beside her. It wasn't betrayal. It was a man trying to save his sister the only way he knew how. Sophia studied him carefully. And you let him live. I gave him a reason to owe me his life instead of taking it. He looked toward the window, toward the dark shape of the car still parked outside, Victor's silhouette visible behind the wheel, waiting, as always, for the next order. Tomorrow, Don Romano said quietly, we find out exactly how deep this goes, and whether Victor's sister is the only person in this family someone else has been watching.